let's just get right into it. 2 by $12.5 million for Connor McJesus. $12.5 million.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean,
that's the biggest steal of a signing I have ever seen. That's bigger than Crosby taking 8.7 mil when the max was like 10.
Yeah, true.
That is, he could make $18 million a season. I think. I forget what the total cap for a single player's contract is, but he could make whatever the maximum.
Well, okay, you know more contract details.
It's 20% of the salary cap.
But does that have to be like a certain amount of years to it, or can you like he can sign 1 year for $17 million?
He could sign after this. He could sign 1 year for $17 million.
Okay.
He could sign.
I was under the impression that like to get a max contract you had to sign max terms. No. Okay.
Nope. It's one single player can't take more than it's like 19.5 or 20% of your total salary cap.
Yeah. Okay.
In a single season. So Connor McDavid, I think Kirill Kaprizov, we'll get into in a minute, signed a max contract.
Yes, he did.
Which was 17 mil. So whatever 17 times 5 is the salary cap. It's like $95 million or something like that.
Yeah.
That's not how that math works out. No, he must have not gotten a max contract because I think the cap's like 95 mil. I don't know. That's too in the weeds, but
yeah.
$12.5 million to employ Connor McDavid somehow seems extremely low.
Yes, I agree.
Even though that's a ludicrous amount of money for any athlete to be making, any NHL athlete to be making, he's what, the second best paid player in the NHL, something like that.
Yeah,
actually,
well, that was a max contract, so I just looked it up.
Insane.
The projected salary cap is around $88 million for this year.
Mm-hmm.
So 17.6 AAV is the absolute max a player could legally earn on paper.
Somehow 17.6 seems like it'd be an underpayment for Connor McDavid.
Yeah, it would.
For the fact that him being on your team simply makes you a Stanley Cup contender.
Yeah.
Makes him underpaid no matter what he gets paid.
No, 100%.
Which is hilarious because you look at the Edmonton Oilers last 2 seasons, I don't think they've been anywhere near par with the Florida Panthers.
No.
Simply having him and Leon Draisaitl on that team makes them Cup contenders.
Yeah.
And the best team in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
You could pay him $30 million and he's still probably underpaid. But
True. Yeah.
Edmonton got him for $12.5 million for the next 2 years.
Yeah. But
that's fucking insane. Pardon my language, YouTube.
There's a big asterisk there. Is the 2 years. There's a big but. And the fact that basically he gave the Oilers 2 years to figure out.
Really, it's a year. If you think about it.
How?
They have him under contract for 2 more seasons, right? If they don't win the Stanley Cup next year, the odds are he's going to walk in the offseason.
Yeah.
After his contract's done, and you can't lose Connor McDavid for nothing.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid for 1 season at $12.5 million is ludicrously high value.
Yeah. But if you're picking straws, what if they're first in the Pacific when he's up for re-signing and he's not? Like, they could still go on a run. They have 3 years by contract, Connor McDavid, to win a Stanley Cup. They have this season, next season, the season after that.
I don't think, genuinely, if they're not the best team in the NHL in 2 seasons, I don't think he's sticking around. I don't think he's staying on that team that season. I don't think he sees free agency.
Because at that age, it'd be like a trade and sign.
I think that's what it's going to be.
It'd be like a Marner situation, though, where
you're not going to see. Well, here's the thing, though. With Marner, he was unsigned when they traded, or they signed him and then trade him the day of. Yeah. But still, like, the value is nowhere near.
No.
There's something about that trade that the value is nowhere near what Mitch Marner is. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think it was Mitch Marner telling everybody that he only wanted to go to Vegas. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And then
either way,
they traded because they traded him, right?
Yeah, they traded him for. I forget who they got back. Some bullshit.
But they got something, like, that's the thing. They wanted something out of it.
You cannot lose Connor McDavid for nothing.
No.
There is 0 chance that you let that happen.
Yeah.
That's like letting Wayne Gretzky walk in his prime. You cannot do that. Mm-hmm. No matter what, if he stays on Edmonton or if he gets traded, I think we'll know mid-season. I don't think it's going to be like I really don't think he's going to be hitting free agency anytime soon.
Yeah.
That's an insane contract. And then to use that money to sign Jake Wallman is a little bit questionable.
Yeah.
Not address your goaltending.
Yeah.
And it burned you on the first night of the season.
Yeah. That was funny.
Gosh, Stuart Skinner. By the way, real quick, shout out to Dustin Wolf, rescuing my fantasy team.
Yeah, same.
Week 1. He's a beast.
He is a beast. Yeah. I think with McDavid, I think he's smart. Because frankly, I mean, he could sign 17 by 8 and make the full his bag. But I think also realistically, he knows that he can't take that money if he wants to win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Especially with Edmonton's already 50% salary into 4 players. Now 5 with Wallman.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah, I think he knows that. And you wait the 2 years, see if, the cap's going to jump up. That max contract's going to be even more.
Yeah.
But then the issue is, I guess he's 30, or he'll be 30 when that contract's up.
I think no matter what, he's getting a freaking bag.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, so after this year, the contract length is shortening, right? Mm-hmm. So when he does sign a new contract, it's probably going to be I think it's going to be with a new team.
Yeah.
And they're going to have his services until he's 36, which is kind of when forwards start to drop off a little bit.
Well, Sidney Crosby's what, 37?
He's 39.
Look at him.
Something like that. And he's still fucking
yeah, I would gladly pay him. I mean, he's getting paid 8, but
that's another steal of a contract. Sidney Crosby, the most he's ever made is $8.7 million. That's nuts.
You know why? He's got 3 rings.
He does have 3 rings.
He's a champ. If McDavid was smart, he'd go 9-7.
The champ.
Yeah. Just get paid 9-7 a year.
Yeah.
For 8 years and just ride it out. Because
he's already got a heated driveway. He doesn't need much else.
No. We're pinching pennies right here with all this $1 million talk, because I truly that's so much money. I know that they're worth everything that they've worked their whole life for this. They deserve every penny that they can make.
It's just insane to me.
But if you want to win, take the discount.
He's such a transformative player.
Yeah.
You put him on any team in the NHL and their odds of winning a Stanley Cup goes up drastically.
Yeah.
If you put him on the Buffalo Sabres, for example, they're absolutely a playoff team.
Yeah.
That's what Edmonton is right now. Tage Thompson's your Leon Draisaitl. It's like, there's levels here, but he's close enough, right?
Yeah.
It's just insane. $12.5 million. Kyle Connor, that's another contract that just recently got signed for 12.
Yeah.
Is he $500,000 better than Kyle Connor? Kyle Connor's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
But he's a lot more than $500,000 better than him.
What did Leon Draisaitl sign? 14?
He's like 14. That kicks in this upcoming season, I believe.
I think it's right now. No?
Yeah, it's kicked in for this season.
Yeah.
I said upcoming.
14, yeah. $14 million and Leon is a great player and he deserves that money.
McDavid's getting paid less than Leon Draisaitl. That's insane.
Yeah. But I think, again, this is a masterclass of the team-friendly deals that only work if everyone does it.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this when we talked about him last episode, potentially not re-signing. But it's true. I mean, if all those guys hadn't taken these massive contracts, McDavid wouldn't feel the need to take
Yeah.
But again, we'll see how the cap goes up, and maybe that $14 million contract in 8 years for Leon Draisaitl won't seem that crazy, kind of like it is for Sid right now.
Yeah,
where it's like
that's a fucking steal.
Paying Sid right now at age 39, 8.7.
That one's been amazing. A steal since he signed it, though.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's like if McDavid signed for 12.5 for the next 8 seasons.
Yeah.
It's just insane to me that Connor McDavid, especially with the Kirill Kaprizov signing.
Yeah. That's
the big one.
Yeah.
8 years by $136 million, 17 mil a season.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
You'd think the Minnesota Wild would have learned their lesson on signing huge contracts. And I think Kirill Kaprizov is a better player than Zach Parise or what was the other guy? I forget his name.
I talked to a Minnesota Wild fan the other week, and I was like, "What do you think about that contract?" He was like, "He deserves every penny of it." I'm like, "Okay."
I think he does.
He does, yeah. But again, in 8 years, even in 5 years, who knows what that
Yeah.
Contract's really going to look like. And I mean, even seeing some of these younger guys like Lane Hudson, I think that's a steal to get him 85 for 8 years, which is kind of crazy for playing one season.
The whole
he's a Calder.
Lane Hudson won the Calder Trophy. I think he's kind of a shoe-in for being an elite defenseman in the coming years. He to me reminds me a lot of Quinn Hughes.
Yes.
In his ability.
Yeah.
Obviously he's got a lot of maturing to become Quinn Hughes.
Right.
In his defensive ability, which Quinn Hughes has developed a lot of in the last few years.
Yeah.
But you can see the similarities between him and a young Quinn Hughes, and I could absolutely see him being worth every bit of that, and I think in a few years that is going to be a steal.
Yeah.
What I find questionable is the Luke Hughes and Jackson Lacombe signings.
Yeah.
If they pan out,
yeah,
those are going to be good contracts. But that's a big if. It's one of those things. It reminds me, Rick DiPietro got signed to whatever it was, a $14 million or a 14-year contract. I forget how much the cap hit was. It wasn't all that much, but it was a ridiculously long signing back in the early 2000s, right after he was taken first overall. Yeah. Rick DiPietro never panned out. Yeah. And the Islanders, I believe, are still paying him until like 2028 or something like that. Yeah. They bought him out in like 2011, I want to say. So like they're paying him 14 years after he played an NHL game. Yeah. And I'm not saying Jackson Lacombe or Luke Hughes are going to be a Rick DiPietro type bust, but the opportunity is there. Yeah. And there's only so many teams that are going to be willing to take a defenseman who hasn't panned out by 24-25. They're getting paid $9 million a year. Yeah. So to me, it's just handcuffing yourself. I like the idea of a bridge deal. Pay them a little more, give them some money for what they've done so far. Make it a short-term contract so then you can sign long-term. I think it makes more sense from a player's perspective because, if the cap jumps up, say you're Lane Hudson, right? You just won a Calder. You're a good young budding star. Yeah. In 3 years, you are going to be an elite defenseman, at least probably, in the NHL, making $8.85 million a season when you could be making 12 or 13. Yeah. And to me, it's like it doesn't make much sense from the player's perspective to sign that long-term deal when for a fact you're going to keep improving, right? Yeah. All three of these guys are going to be better in a few seasons than they are now, at least more than likely. See, why are you signing long-term, basically locking yourself into a contract? Then you're going to get a payday. You'll get a payday when you're 28, but like you could get a big payday when you're 24. Yeah, but imagine that payday when you're 28, because the cap's going to be huge. And frankly, like, I think there's a lot of talk with, salary in the NHL, and obviously some of these guys, even Connor McDavid making $12.5 million compared to, how much does LeBron make? Like $80 million a year? Fuck, I don't know. Russell Wilson in the NFL. Like there's guys in these other sports that just make an absurd amount of money. Yeah. And we talk about hockey and, obviously the cap is just way different. I think basketball's pretty comparable to hockey in terms of roster size. Well, not comparable because they're different, but football, you got 52 guys on your roster, and the offensive linemen, you're not going to pay much, even though those are the most important players. They're the most important players on the team. But they pay their wide receivers and quarterbacks like $100 million. Yeah. For hockey, though, it's just so much different. Like, I get as a player, you want to make the most money that you can. Yeah. But truly, if you want to win, you can't do that. In basketball, for Steph Curry, you can pay that guy $80 million a year. Oh, yeah. Because that guy will win you a Stanley Cup. Connor McDavid alone will not win you a Stanley Cup. He'll bring you very close, though. But he's not going to. That doesn't matter. What's going to happen when... Listen, you pay McDavid or 17.5, right? And then you pay a goalie 10, and then you fill the rest of the team with plugs, and you'll probably win a cup. You can do that in basketball. You can't do that in hockey. You can't. All right, maybe you can't.
You
Whatever.
can't. Because third line, like those depth positions, like look at the Panthers, for example.
I guess that's true.
They are so good all the way down. And that's why they've won back-to-back cups.
Yeah.
That's why every team before them has won the Stanley Cup, is because of how deep they are. The Oilers are like this basketball team that pay Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and Evan Bouchard millions of dollars.
What was
and
the
for whatever reason,
Lakers'
darn owners.
What was the Lakers' attempted super team? Didn't they attempt to make a super team with like Steve Nash?
Yeah, they did like Steve
Somebody-
Nash, Dwight Howard, and
Yeah.
they've had a ton of.
If it worked.
Yeah, but again, basketball is different because Steph Curry can play 40 minutes a night in a basketball game that is 48 minutes
yeah.
long. So you got that guy out. McDavid's out there for 40 seconds a shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's getting 20 minutes of ice time, but how long is hockey actually played?
He could probably put up 30 minutes a night.
Maybe, but that's
That
still
guy's a
half the
freak.
game. That's still half the game you got to cover with someone else.
I agree with you. I think this really is an issue of NHL players need to be paid more.
Mm-hmm.
The NHL needs to figure out a way to
100%.
sign a more lucrative TV deal, get more fans bought in on the sport, and pay their athletes more. Because the fact that a basketball player, no hate on basketball, is nowhere near as difficult to play as hockey.
Yeah.
Nowhere near
Well, that's not.
as physically difficult, as demanding.
Yes.
These guys should be probably the best paid players in professional sports.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's never going to happen because the NFL makes
Yeah.
billions more than
At
the
this point,
NHL,
it's
and
the WNBA.
the MLB is privately funded and all this shit. But
It's the WNBA argument where it's what's money coming in. We know
I
that the
agree.
NHL is not making a lot of money, but
the NHL needs to figure out a way to make more money so we can pay fucking Connor McDavid more than $12 million a season.
right.
That guy should be the best paid player in all of professional sports.
Because he is. I think him and Shohei Ohtani are up there with.
They're that far ahead of
skill
everybody
gap.
else.
Yeah,
And
well,
Shohei Ohtani gets paid because of it.
Right.
He gets paid
does.
handsomely.
Yeah, he does.
Connor McDavid gets peanuts.
Yeah, he
It's not, what's Shohei's Ohtani's current contract? It's like $500 million or something like that.
Yeah, he deferred a lot of it though.
So he gets
So they're probably making around the same.
getting paid for years and years and years.
Yeah, he's
But
going to get paid till he's.
Connor McDavid gets 2 years of that.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani's going to get 50.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it's, Gary Bettman needs to figure out a way to get American fans more bought in on the sport so we can make more money.
Yeah.
We don't want your Canadian dollars. We want American dollar bills.
Shohei makes $700 million over 10 years, but he's only receiving $2 million annually for the first 10 years, followed by a $68 million per year from 2034 to 2043.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor,
But I mean, that guy makes so much in millions of dollars. Like no one, not even doctors make millions of dollars a year.
I'm sure Connor McDavid is also still paid significantly more than $12.5 million just from brand sponsorships.
And being in Canada.
I wonder what CCM pays him to wear their gear. Mm-hmm. It's some ludicrous amount of money,
probably
I
is.
guarantee. And he probably doesn't even use their fucking gear.
No.
This is probably just skin stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I would be very curious to see what he makes, but
Yeah.
his contract should show. I think it's never going to work this way, but I think the best player in your sport should make the most money.
Yeah.
Right? I think it should work off of that. I don't think you should have to have the best agent or you shouldn't need to take a pay cut to win.
Yeah.
I understand the mentality, and it's especially a thing in hockey to take a pay cut to win a Stanley Cup. It's been around forever. Hockey players are very honorable athletes.
Yeah.
They care about winning more than they care about making money.
Yeah.
But he's the best player in the world, hands down. He's the skill gap between Connor McDavid and the next best guy is bigger than anything we've witnessed in our lifetime.
I don't know. Nathan McKinnon is.
I think even between him and Nathan McKinnon, I know we've had that conversation where Nathan McKinnon in the past couple of years has arguably been better than him.
Yeah.
But you watch Nate play,
Yeah. True.
and then you watch Connor play, like the eye test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Connor McDavid, every time he's on the ice, you're like, he's going to score a goal or he's going to make some insane pass.
Yeah.
To
Avalanche
somebody
are
else.
also a lot deeper than.
They are.
Yeah. So he has more McKinnon has more opportunity.
Don't get me wrong. Nathan McKinnon is phenomenal.
Yeah.
A phenomenal hockey player, but it's more so you've seen him. He says this in interviews too. It's not even just me saying this. He looks a little choppy. He looks like he's kind of brute strengthing through everything. And obviously he's an extremely powerful dude. So he's
It's a big
he's
dude.
going to be fast. He's going to be agile.
Yeah.
It's just insane. But something about Connor McDavid, you watch him play, and it's like that guy, every single time he touches the ice, you can look at him and go, that's the best player on the ice.
Yeah. His speed is like,
doesn't matter who he's playing with. His skill, be an all-star game.
Yeah.
It could be.
I guess it's more of his skill is levels above everyone versus.
It's the skill gap.
Yeah.
It's so much wider than like for the longest time.
Not efficiency.
When we were growing up, Sidney Crosby was the best player in the NHL.
Yes.
And it was like that for, a decade.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, the gap between him and Ovechkin was not that far off. Mm-hmm. It never really was. Even him and Evgeny Malkin.
Yeah,
there were seasons where Evgeny Malkin took over and he won he won a Hart and an Art Ross.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at Connor McDavid, there's no question he's the best player in the NHL and has been for 10 years.
Yeah.
And he's just getting into his prime.
Yeah. Okay, let me propose this then. Because my issue I think the issue is the percentage of total team salary for that max contract. I don't think you should pay a player 20% of their salary. That's an insane. I think that needs to drop a little bit more, but they need to raise the cap a ton. And obviously they're working on it. There's, give it time and it will be, but the hard part is with these teams allowing 20% on one guy is a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
If of your whole staff.
The thing is, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
He's that much better than everyone.
Yeah,
it's that much better than everyone. If there's anybody in the NHL who deserves a max contract, I don't think it's Kirill Kaprizov.
Right.
Good for you. Get your bag. You're never going to win anything.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I like the Minnesota Wild as a team.
Yeah.
You're never going to win anything with that contract. And I know this goes completely against what I was just saying. Kirill Kaprizov is no Connor McDavid.
No.
I don't think he's $5 million better than Kyle Connor. He's a fantastic hockey player. He's very fun to watch, extremely talented.
Yeah.
I don't think he's $5 million better than Kyle Connor, and he signed for an 8x12.
Yeah. I feel like that deal, he leveraged himself so well.
Oh, extremely.
Like, that's the reason, and he has a great agent. You could tell Bill Guerin was...
Oh, he was not happy about it. You fucking better be.
If you didn't see that, the press was like,
was awesome.
"Oh, you happy, Krill?" or something like that. And Bill Guerin just cuts and he's like, "You better be." After signing 17, but yeah, I just...
Get your bag, bro.
Get your bag, but also, if you want to win, these players need to keep the Sidney Crosby mentality.
Yeah.
That guy's got 3 cups for a reason. He's the best player, but he's also knows what it takes to be as a team.
I think that does also add to the sport. It makes it more fun to watch because the guys are just as engaged in winning and are even, I would say, more so expecting or hoping to win than fans are.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of rare for professional sports. Like, when you see a guy losing the Super Bowl, he's going to be upset, but you'll see fans crying and burning jerseys and hard-earned money that they spent making, minimum wage or whatever on team-affiliated apparel, and they're burning them in the streets. They're extremely pissed off.
Yeah.
You see an NHL player lose in the Stanley Cup final, they're bawling their eyes out.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the locker. Corey Perry's sitting in the locker room 2 hours after the game, still in full gear. That's gross, by the way. But I think that is kind of what adds to the sport is the guys are just as invested and it's just as important to them as it is the people watching.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you don't often see that in other sports.
Yeah.
Which makes sense why there is that culture. It blows my mind that Connor McDavid was gracious enough to sign with the Edmonton Oilers for such a big pay cut.
I don't know about gracious. Hold on. Let's do some math here because I don't know if it was him being gracious or this is literally all we can afford to pay you.
I guarantee you other teams would have taken that, would have paid him, figured out a way to pay him $17 million a season.
No, 100%. I just mean
Minnesota Wild would have.
He wants to stay with Edmonton. You can see it in his face and his heart. He wants to stay with Edmonton, but he also really wants to win. And this is his only way to win, where they're like, dude, if you want to stay with us, we can only pay you $12.5.
Yeah.
And personally, I'd be a little upset of being like, why did you waste all that money on...
Why the fuck are you paying
Leon?
Jake Wallman $7 million a year?
Yeah. And it's all of that is frankly just to keep McDavid. They have to keep those guys. They have to pay.
They need better players.
Yeah.
Are they just they're gonna run it back with the exact same team minus Corey Perry?
Yeah. Well, they have, what's his name? That one guy.
That's specific.
Okay.
I forget.
Young guy. He's
Isaac Howard.
Isaac Howard, yeah.
Is he a game breaker?
No.
Is he gonna be a fourth line forward this year?
No, he's 20. We got Matty Savoy. Maybe he can come up. It's like those younger guys that can make a difference on offense. But regardless, no, they're not going to make a big deal.
They're not. It's not that much different.
But they're already at a cap.
They still haven't addressed their goaltending situation.
No.
And who the
Luckily,
hell
they're only paying him playing Skinner $2.6 a year.
buy his dumb ass out? Get a better goalie in there. Anybody.
The only problem, I don't know what they do unless they trade draft picks to get a goalie.
Matthew Savoy, Isaac Howard, somebody.
True, yeah.
Fucking anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody can get a better goalie. I just found it so funny that Stuart Skinner had that gaffe in game 1 of the season. That shit was hilarious.
Well, the Sharks have something similar.
Whatever.
Both their goalies. Askarov looked like dog shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game. I went to the BSU game.
Yeah.
Which that was an interesting
I
game.
watched the highlights.
Started pouring.
Yeah, it was. I heard about that.
They had like 45 shots on net. Like it sounded
Sharks?
like he was just getting the Ducks in that game. It sounded like he was just getting pounded. I was talking to my buddy Aaron. He's a goaltending coach in Southern California, and he was like, he didn't look bad. There's some saves that you want your goalie to make, but like the goals that went in.
That's more of what I meant. There was like somewhere I'm just like, dude.
He said that the goals that went in are goals that should have been scored, but eventually you need your goalie to bail you out.
Yeah, there was one play where it was like he made a save and then he made another save off a rebound and then they scored. And that's not what I'm talking about. Like that. At that point, it's our defense.
Yeah, clear the puck.
Who was that? Not Nick Leddy. I forget his name, who it was. But
cares?
Yeah, like, anyways, back
Jack
to the Oilers.
I saw he got sent down.
I saw that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know what they're doing. I think the Ekholm signing, if Ekholm can stay as good as he was before his injury last year,
John Klingberg.
If he can kind of keep that ability, I think that Ekholm signing is going to look pretty good.
Yeah.
It's making $4 million. Like,
yeah.
If you think about it, Luke Hughes is making $9 million.
Yeah.
And he's completely unproven. Matthias Ekholm has had a very long and talented career.
Yeah.
So I think that signing could work out pretty well in their favor. They just need to get somebody in net who's actually competent. They keep running it back with backup goalies. Yep. And it's Stuart Skinner. Maybe one day he'll get there. He's not there yet.
No.
And it's one of those situations, if you try the same thing multiple times expecting different outcomes, you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're expecting Stuart Skinner to come in and be the backstop to your Stanley Cup, I think you're insane.
Yeah.
And not to say like it was completely his fault that the Oilers lost last season or the year before. Yeah. It wasn't.
No.
But like at the same time, he got replaced with the backup goalie twice in that Cup Finals run.
Yeah.
That's not a starting goalie you have backing up your Stanley Cup squad. It never works that way. You have to have a goalie who's hot, a goalie who's really good, or your team has to be good enough around him to make him look good. Like it is, I think, oh goodness. Is it Darcy Kemper? Who am I thinking of those on the Avalanche? Was it Kemper? I think it was Darcy Kemper.
Yeah.
Like that, but that Avs team was just so stacked that nobody's beating them.
Exactly.
And the Oilers
don't have
despite having Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, they just don't have that.
No.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's
that needs to be addressed.
Always been Edmonton's Achilles heel.
Yeah.
But yeah, something needs to be done about it. I don't know what. I'm not a GM.
You should be.
But I do know. Thank you. I'm pretty good on NHL 26.
Boy, I still need to get. I don't have an next gen console.
You can get like an Xbox Series S for like $300.
I have a Series S. That's the old one. Oh no, I'm thinking I have the 1S. Pardon me. I'm broke. Everybody on YouTube, I'm poor. Sell me money.
So, yeah, hit us a little donation down below so I can get a next gen. But yeah, I think Edmonton's just going to keep having these issues. And frankly, I'm not going to root for them. I think Connor McDavid deserves a Stanley Cup at some point in his career.
Yeah.
But if he keeps this almost toxic relationship with Edmonton, he's never going to win a cup.
No.
But we'll move on from him. We talked about them for a good amount. Do we have any other big news? We touched most of it.
Nothing huge. Didn't Jack Eichel just get signed?
Yes, Jack Eichel.
He just got a signing.
Yeah, which I think is awesome for him. But now the Knights are paying someone over. Well, I guess they were with Marner too. But I'm curious to see when that curse will break in terms of getting paid over $10 million and not winning a Stanley Cup. I'm sure in the next couple of years as the cap goes up, that will not be the case. But yeah, good for Jack Eichel. Great player. Was kind of hoping this free agency would be kind of big, but
nothing crazy.
Every single name got taken up with Connor McDavid obviously being the big one, Kyle Connor, and Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
All being re-signed were kind of the big names in free agency this coming year, and Kirill Kaprizov too.
Yeah,
they all got signed. But so far, what do you think of the season? Have you watched many games?
I really haven't watched the first Sharks game, but I've been in the middle of moving.
Oh yeah,
it's been such a mess.
Yeah.
We have to be out of our place tomorrow, and I still have some stuff. It's a little side story. Scott was taking we had a net in the backyard, right?
Oh yeah.
The net didn't completely fit in Scott's truck. So he shoved it in sideways. Apparently it fell off while he was driving down the road.
It fell out of his truck?
Fell out of his truck. And he was texting me while it was happening. He was like, dude, the net just fell out. I'm like, oh no. And he goes, with a strange stroke of luck, there's a bungee cord on the side of the road right next to where the net fell out.
Wow. That's awesome.
I thought that was so funny.
It is funny.
But yeah, I haven't caught much. I watched the last little bit of the Sharks' first game. Thankfully, they've only played 2 games.
Yeah.
Gonna miss the game tonight because we'll be playing hockey during it.
I feel like they always play on Tuesdays when we play our beer league game, which is when we're filming this. Also want to apologize to everyone that we said we were going to film the full.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we said we were going to film
the Pacific Division, most important.
Central. Yeah, we covered our favorite one. Central, Atlantic.
We're
all
not
that.
biased.
No, we're not. But you know what? Life gets in the way sometimes, and we're not getting paid for this yet.
Our friends all got married, and well, I guess your friends all got married. And
yeah, it just everything seems to add up, and we just
I had to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Ugh, so awful.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
But now that it's the fall, and summer's always tough, but now it's the fall, hockey season's back in swing. We will be back. So yeah, be sure to subscribe if you weren't already. But we're gonna finish up with our top 10 teams in the NHL. Who could win a Stanley Cup? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Top 10 teams in the NHL who can win a Stanley Cup. We're going to do this kind of like draft style. So Alan is going to pick odd, and I'm going to pick even. We're going to start from 1 to 10. This is like a draft thing, because if we went to the bottom, then it'd be a little tough, because then I'd pick Edmonton at 10. Because but yeah, it's a draft thing. So Alan's going to go first with the number 1 team he thinks
goodness,
is going to win the Stanley Cup. His Stanley Cup favorite.
I do this every year, and every year they end up choking in the second round, but I'm going to say Dallas, or I guess the third round.
Okay.
I think they have the most complete team by far. I think Mikko Rantanen this year is going to get into the swing of things.
Yeah.
And when he is on his game, he is a top 5 player in the NHL. And they just basically bolstered their roster with a in his prime top 5 player for Logan Stankoven.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a huge piece for that team. I think the last few years they've kind of stopped scoring in the third round.
Yeah.
When they play Edmonton, which is the weirdest thing. I think they're going to be able to keep pace scoring wise with Edmonton this year if they end up matching up again. And I don't see much of a matchup with anybody else in the Western Conference. So I'm going Dallas number 1. That is my favorite to win the cup this year.
You said Logan Stankoven?
Yeah.
Isn't he on the Hurricanes?
He is now. They got rid of him for Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, wait. What'd you say about him?
I was just saying they upgraded Mikko or Logan Stankoven, who
I
is
thought you meant
young player who's probably going to be very good in the future, but they
Right.
upgraded him to Mikko Rantanen.
Yes.
Minus, I
get
think,
what
a
you're saying
draft
now.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he pushes them over the edge for me.
Yes.
I know he didn't last season, but how many games did he play with Dallas? Not a whole lot, 20 games last year.
Rantanen?
So I think his first full season's more in swing with the team. You see that sometimes where a guy gets traded and he doesn't quite mesh perfectly, but he started to pick it up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think he's been fantastic so far this year.
Okay. Number 2 is tough for me. I'm going to go Florida Panthers.
Florida Panthers.
Yeah. And
That's fair.
missing Barkov is a huge minus for them. And I think that's going to hurt them in the Stanley Cup finals.
Yep.
If they make it that far, or just the playoffs in general, assuming he doesn't make it back for them. Obviously, they're missing Kachuk for half the season, but they missed him half the season, and he played in the playoffs with probably a torn ligament of some sort. Yeah. And they still won. But everything else around that Panthers team is still so solid. I think I picked them too because if I had the first pick, I maybe wouldn't have picked them. I could see like a Stars Panthers Stanley Cup final.
That'd be a sick Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
People are going to start getting sick of the Panthers, but
They will, but like I said this at the end of the year, I'm a fan of a good team.
yeah,
And they are a good team with each other. They're a fantastic group. They brought back every single player for the most part
I think
on team-friendly deals.
the biggest thing about the Panthers is with those injuries, yes, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
As long as they get into the playoffs, they're going on a run. It's been proven the last 3 seasons.
Right. They don't need to finish first.
They don't need to, as long as they finish in a wild card spot, like it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter who they play. They're the hardest team to play against.
Yep.
They're probably the tightest team in the NHL when it comes to their locker room. I think they have a very good chance of going back to back to back, 3 in a row.
They're 3-1 right now.
And especially, and I know people talk about the Barkov and the Kachuk injuries. Now they're going to be out for long periods of time. But
I just don't see that being an issue.
As long as they get back to the playoffs, those guys will both be back.
Yeah.
And you will have your 2 most important players rested.
Yep.
Which I know they're coming off injuries, but they're going to be well rested. They haven't played in 6 months, which you kind of need when you've played 100+ games the last 3 seasons. You played 300 games the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hockey. Rest up your top guys, hopefully coast into the playoffs and in like a second or third divisional spot.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter who you play.
Yeah.
I think that's a good pick at 2. It's a boring pick. It's a stale pick, but it's a great pick.
Yeah. But it's one of those picks where it's like it's the Panthers and you go ahead with 3.
This is another pick where I feel like every year I'm like, oh, this team's going to be good. And they have been losing in the first or second round every season, the first round of every season. But I'm going with the Avs.
Yep.
Cale Makar and Nathan McKinnon have both been lighting it up. Obviously, it's a very small sample size. They played 4 games. The only game they've lost has been to the Stars in a shootout.
Yeah. And that's their kryptonite.
Mackenzie Blackwood is continuously the most underrated goalie in the NHL. He is so good. And
I think I feel like that, again, they played the Stars, which is a terrible matchup. Was that second round or first round?
It was the first round. Yeah. That's a horrible first round matchup.
We'll get into that, I'm sure, when playoffs come.
What Colorado needs to happen for them to win a Stanley Cup is Dallas needs to be first or third, and Colorado needs to be first.
Yeah.
Neither of them can be. They can't match up in the first round. That cannot be another first round matchup.
Or just move the Avalanche to the Pacific Division.
Seriously, move them somewhere where they don't have to play the Stars.
Same with the other way around.
That sucks.
I don't think the Stars should have to play the Avalanche first round.
Maybe the Avs need to fit somewhere like in a wild card spot where they play in the Pacific. That way they can match up. You know, they can go take out the Oilers first round. That's a scary matchup for the Oilers. They're the same team, but I think the Avs are better.
Yeah.
The Avs, if they can figure out a way to not play Dallas, I could easily see them winning a Stanley Cup. It doesn't matter if they play Vegas. yeah, I see them getting out of the West pretty easily as long as they don't match up with Dallas.
Yeah, I agree.
Dallas seems to be their kryptonite. I think they've lost the last 3 seasons to Dallas. It's brutal.
All right, well,
Anyways.
since you didn't pick them, I'm going to have to go with another pick here. It's the Oilers. Like we talked
Gross.
about, it's Connor McDavid. Yes, he can will you to a Stanley Cup final. Can he win you a Stanley Cup final alone? No, that's why they're number 4 for me.
Yeah.
And out of the West, they're 3rd for our ranking, so it's not like, they're clear cut, but they're the Oilers, always going to be in the playoffs and contending for the most part. And yes, they have not addressed any issues goaltending wise, but it seemed to work fine for them last year. But I'm hoping at the deadline, their GM can make some moves to help McDavid get something to compete with. But I don't know what they could possibly move to get a good goalie unless they can find someone who's backing up somewhere that, I don't know. I am not a GM for that reason.
Djokovic is available.
Take Ned off our hands, please.
He can be slightly better than Stuart Skinner and still let in those bad goals that we're so used to.
True. Yeah. At least
just anybody, man. Yeah. Anybody, anything. Yeah. Pick somebody. Get Tristan Jarry from the Penguins. Somebody.
Yeah. You'll still get those crazy goals that you're like, why did you let that in?
Yeah.
But at least he'll make some
good saves.
Yeah.
They need a goalie, but I could absolutely see him going back to another Cup final.
Yep.
And then losing to Florida again. I could absolutely see it.
Okay.
Okay. With the 5th pick, this is so tough.
Yeah, this one's going to get hard.
This might be stupid. This might be completely stupid.
Uh-oh.
Toronto.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Their roster's sick.
Yeah.
I think Anthony Stolarz is fantastic. As long as he can repeat what he did last year and they could get a little bit more scoring in the playoffs, I think they could go deep.
Yeah.
Which, it's a dumb pick. I should say I want to see it happen before I say anything, but
a lot of these Eastern Conference teams that we see fall apart in the playoffs most likely lost to the Panthers.
Yeah.
And even with the Oilers,
it's
one of those things where they just ran into a hot Florida team, and Toronto's another team like that where they've kind of had bad luck with that. Obviously, no Mitch Marner this year. I think that just changes things up for them for the better. I think it's a little bit of a wake-up call being like, hey, boys, you just lost one of your best players because we couldn't figure it out, so let's get on this and figure it out.
Yeah.
But I do like that pick for the Leafs. All right, number 6. The 6th pick. I'm trying to look at the East to see if there's anyone.
The East is kind of soft. I don't see Carolina winning.
I like the Lightning, but I don't really like them over some of the other teams in the West, like the Vegas Golden Knights that we haven't even mentioned. I'm going to go with Knights at the 6. Obviously, they just got the biggest free agent. Well, I guess it wasn't really free agency, but essentially it was free agency. They just did their typical Knights shit and
somehow pulled Mitch Marner out of their ass.
Yeah. But yeah, the Knights, obviously, great team. I don't really have much other good words for them because of the Knights. And
unfortunately for everybody else in the NHL, they are good.
Yeah. But they're the Knights. I can't really write them off. And I feel like 6 is a good pick. I think if they're a little bit...
One day,
I can't take the Knights over the Oilers, I feel like.
One day their roster will get old and their contracts will be immovable. And it'll be a glorious and fantastic day for the NHL. But unfortunately, that's not today, and they're still good.
No. It's when the Sharks are going to be good. That's the good thing.
Yeah. So picking number 7, Winnipeg.
Ooh, good one.
Winnipeg's iffy.
Yeah.
It depends on if Connor Hellebuck can do what he does in the regular season and the postseason.
Yeah.
If he can perform anywhere near as well as he can in the regular season in the playoffs, they're a Stanley Cup contender, and they're probably the favorite to come out of the West.
Yeah,
it's literally just if Hellebuck can hold it up.
Yeah,
and go back to the World Cup or the Four Nations face-off. I think he played well in that tournament. Obviously, you want to win there in the final.
Yeah,
I don't think that game was his fault.
No,
but
it's definitely a bad look.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude,
And then
playoffs.
And then you go out in the playoffs and stink it up like you have for the last 3 seasons. I just think if he can be anywhere near as good in the regular season or in the playoffs as he is in the regular season, they're a cup contender and they're probably one of the best teams in the NHL. It's just if he can actually do that in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, for 8, I feel like I'm gonna have to pick a Metro team here because just with the way playoffs work,
it's so hard.
It's gonna be someone out of the Metro that at least goes to the 3rd round.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to be the Hurricanes.
I'm not going to lie. The East is kind of mid this year. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's so, I don't know, because the Pacific Division also doesn't look great outside of the Oilers and the Knights. And the Kings look okay.
The Kings are good, but then
their roster looks good. But everyone else.
The Central is the best division in hockey.
Yes.
You have
I think the
4
Metro,
Stanley Cup contenders.
Honestly, I think the Metro might be the worst conference.
Yeah.
Especially longevity-wise. I don't know how long the Capitals are going to be good. Devils can never figure it out. The Penguins, love you, Sid, but it's not going to last much longer. The Rangers, I'm sure, might figure it out at some point. The Flyers look good in the future. Blue Jackets, no.
Did you
Islanders,
see,
no.
Side note, did you see that Zegras pass?
Yeah.
Oh my
that
God.
Was disgusting.
Trevor Zegras, you're gross.
Very happy that he's out of Anaheim.
Yeah, I think getting him in a good system, especially playing with like Michkov, is going to be huge for his career.
Right.
I think there's a lot of hate surrounding Trevor Zegras because he's young and he acts young.
Yes. And he looks like a typical Gen Z kid.
He looks like a Gen Zer and he seems to act like a Gen Zer. But that kid, I say kid, like he isn't making more money than me significantly. But that guy, he is extremely talented.
Yeah.
I hope this is a career resurgence. But anyways, go on.
Yeah, I think out of the Metro, like any of those, I guess if it's like the Hurricanes, Rangers, and Capitals or Devils in the playoffs, I don't really think any of those teams have a chance coming out of the, like, to the Stanley Cup final. Just because they're going to have to play the Leafs, Lightning, or Panthers most likely.
Yeah.
Bruins are 3-1 right now, but again, very small sample size.
That's not going to hold up.
No. But you never know. I mean, they got Swayman.
Fuck, trade Swayman to the Oilers. Get some players back or something.
Yeah, true.
Get young guys back. They need a goalie.
Yeah.
Swayman's sick.
Swayman is sick.
I don't care if he had an awful year last year. He's still sick.
That was his first year, like, taking the helm, too. So, who knows? I mean, the Senators, they have a good team on paper, too. Like, that's the weird thing is the Senators could be a good team, but they just, again, super small sample size right now for this stuff. And frankly, we should have done this before the season started.
Yeah,
because there's bias in that. But who is your number 9 pick?
It's tough. Those are the teams I see winning the cup.
Yeah. No, this is like now 9 and 10 are like who's going to make it to the Stanley Cup final or the second round, most likely.
I think Washington. I think they have a good enough team to beat Montreal in 5 again and then fizzle out against a better team.
Yeah.
It's Washington's sad because I want to see Ovi go out on top, frankly.
Too,
I would love to see Ovi and Sid win another cup before they call it a career. I don't think either of them are gonna because I just don't see the Capitals beating anybody else out of the East.
Yeah.
I don't see them. They have to get past Florida, Toronto, Tampa, or even Carolina, and I don't see them doing that.
We didn't even take Tampa on here.
Well, there you go. There's your 10th.
Tampa.
I don't think Tampa's that good this year.
I don't either.
But they've just, it's interesting. I feel like they've dropped off, but they still have Andrei Vasilevsky. They still have Nikita Kucherov. He's going to go down as one of the most underrated players in the NHL. I feel like every year, it's insane. Every year he's, contesting with McDavid for the most points. That season where McDavid put up 100...
Vasilevsky or Kucherov?
Oh, it was Kucherov. Sorry. I was thinking of Kucherov.
How does Vasilevsky have the same points as McDavid? Yeah.
Kucherov...
Yes.
That same season that McDavid put up 100 assists, everybody, McDavid put up 100 assists. Nikita Kucherov did too, and nobody ever talks about it.
I think he did it before him.
Yeah, it's like nobody talks about it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. He's going to be...
But they're all getting older.
Yeah. I think Nikita Kucherov's issue is his marketability in terms of the...
It seems like he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, like that's what makes people rated. Like
That's what-
like Celebrini is a great player, but he's also like super marketable right now.
Yeah.
So like that's why everyone talks about him.
Yeah.
And Kucherov has never been super respectful. He's Russian. He's one of those guys that's just
He's quiet. He's like if Evgeny Malkin was.
totally okay. But yeah, he's definitely going to be underrated for most of his career.
He's one of those guys where it's like I watched a interview between Nathan McKinnon and Sidney Crosby, and at that during the interview, Sid asked who his favorite player, or who Nathan McKinnon's favorite player was to watch in the NHL. Nathan McKinnon at first said Sidney Crosby. He goes, "You man," it was like, "Oh, they're bromance."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, probably Nikita Kucherov."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's insane that he is a lot of people's favorite player.
Yeah.
And I feel like nobody ever talks about it. Everything he does looks so nonchalant and like he's not even trying and he's dancing guys.
Yeah.
He's throwing cross-ice sauces.
It's 100 assists in a season.
Because it's 100 assists in a seson. Nobody talks about it.
No.
How many? He's won like has he won 2 Art Ross trophies in his career? And I feel like you never hear, when people are talking about the best players in the world, you'll hear Nathan McKinnon's, the Cale Makars, the Connor McDavid's, Leon Draisaitl. You never hear about Nikita Kucherov. He probably has the 3rd or 4th most points in the last 10 seasons.
Oh, 100%. He got Ted Lindsay last year. He has 1 Hart, 2 Art Ross, 3 Art Ross.
3 Art Ross trophies. It's just nuts.
Oh yeah, he won the Art Ross last year and the year before that.
Oh yeah, beating Connor McDavid.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
By the way, yeah, I think that's a good pick. If all those players can keep up their past production, and specifically Andrei Vasilevsky can get back into that like 3-year playoff run that he had, that was just lights out.
Yeah,
I think that they actually could go very deep in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know if I see that happening. Victor Hedman's still a force to be reckoned with, but he's in the latter half of his career. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up our first episode into our third. This is our 3rd season now. Well,
my 2nd.
First season under the new name.
Ooh.
But 3rd season total doing this. So we're excited. Be sure to follow, subscribe, follow us on Instagram if you want to see some clips. Follow us on TikTok. Personally, I deleted TikTok for other reasons, but I can still post on TikTok through like their app. I don't have the app anymore, but there's like a studio app you can post on there from. But yeah, go follow us on all there. What other housekeeping things? We got a game tonight. We're going to be dropping on Thursdays now instead of Wednesdays, just for our schedule's sake.
We're playing the team that we beat in the championship last season.
But we're missing
we're missing half of our team.
Guys, yeah.
We're gonna be Sean's gonna be playing with 3 other D-men.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sucking.
It's gonna be interesting for us.
Yeah.
Especially this is a rough game to miss so many players.
Yeah, it is.
2nd game back.
We lost our first game back last week.
It was a tight game.
It was a tight game. We lost in what, shootout?
No, it was end regulation.
That was so dumb.
That sucked.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
But you know what? That's hockey. That's beer league.
That's beer league, baby.
Yeah. All roads lead to beer league. So if you guys want to talk shit about our hockey skills,
you're going to end up there too.
We're in the highest division. We're champions too.
There's been clips of Connor McDavid playing beer league.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah. We need to recruit. We need to recruit some NHL players on our team when they eventually retire.
We need to. No, the only NHL player that lives in Boise is a goalie. Phoenix Copley. We can't get in. No, I don't want him.
Shit. Sorry, Alan. You got to play skate. No, he won't be for another 20 years when he retires. So we'll be good.
He's like 30-something.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's on the back half of his career.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, you got 10 years to figure it out.
I got like 8 years.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Oh,
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week for real this time.
Peace.
Peace.